My name is Henry Darrow, and I must tell you it was a sincere pleasure in 1981 to be the first Latino actor to play Zorro on television in The New Adventures of Zorro. I also was the voice of Zorro in that cartoon version and did the opening, which was, as Diego, I pretend to be afraid, but with a mask as my disguise, I ride into the night and raise my sword in the name of justice. For after all, I am Zorro. In 1983, I had the good fortune to play Zorro for Zorro and Son and Paul Regina. He played my son. From 1990 to 93, I then played Don Alejandro de la Vega in the Zorro television series with Duncan Regehr, who played Zorro, and Don Diego de la Vega.
When daggers are pointed at innocent hearts and muskets are ready to fire.
Gary Goodman and Barry Rosen were of New World Television. They utilized John Gertz of Zorro Productions, Inc. as story consultant and placed unprecedented attention on technical details and great historical accuracy. The Spanish National Archives and California Historical Society shared manuscripts, sketches, and photos pertaining to customs, clothing, and weapons of 1820s California. All costumes, props, and decor were, of course, period replicas or antiques. Museums and historical societies sometimes loan the series valuable one-of-the-kind items. Some interiors and all exteriors were shot at an intricately designed copy of an early pueblo de Los Angeles. The pueblo had a church, military garrison, central plaza, tavern, and other typical adobe buildings. Facades of outlying haciendas were constructed nearby.
We must wait until dark. No, that's what they expect. We must seize the initiative. Attack now. Come on.
Canadian actor Duncan Regehr got the part of Zorro. Tall, 6'5", dark and handsome. Regehr was everything Gary Goodman wanted and then some. A classically trained Shakespearean actor. He was also a swordsman and top horseman. But before filming started on Zorro, he said, "We'll do 2 segments a week, but they will be done in the high style and the tradition of Tyrone Power," which was my favorite 1940 version. Oh, it was wonderful.
If we come to an understanding.
And Douglas Fairbanks. It's a wonderful legacy to live up to. Duncan considered me a sort of elder statesman, and he is the most dedicated actor that I have ever worked with. He worked all the time, and he was extremely precise in everything and very serious about his physical fitness. He did not drink, he did not smoke, and he would start to exercise at 4:30 in the morning to be ready for his scenes. What a wonderful actor.
Senor, I'm flattered.
He also had a wonderful stunt coordinator and second unit director, Peter Diamond, who was, without a question, the world's greatest film stunt coordinator and fencer.
A man who can fight!
Diamond studied acting at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts, but acting took a back seat to his stunting and directing.
You've been holding back on me, haven't you?
As stunt coordinator, fight arranger, and choreographer, he had around 1,000 stage, film, and TV credits. He had stage fight sequences at the London Palladium and for several Star Wars films, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Highlander, and The Princess Bride. On Zorro, Diamond trained the actors in fencing for the camera. Swords weren't tipped, and actors were not protected. Diamond emphasized, "I always try and make it a point that we don't do any dangerous stuff. We work in the entertainment business, and we find another way of doing it. But to give the effect on the screen, it has to look dangerous." My favorite episode in that series was when I had the chance to briefly play Zorro. When Don Alejandro hits his head and falls down the stairway leading to Zorro's cave, suffers some kind of memory loss, and then he sees the cape and the mask. And he figures,
Of course.
as he puts the mask on, "I must be Zorro." It was great fun riding into town.
Zorro rides! Zorro. Very peculiar. I'm sure this always worked before. Victory!
And when I removed my mask, Victoria was shocked, along with Diego. Those were the good old days, and it was great fun, as I recall.